In our last episode, I made a seafood potjie for my friends at the Nest Hotel in Luderitz, checked out the Kormanskopper ghost town, and then spent some time off horsing around and experiencing some true Namibian hospitality. When I consider our history as a species, human beings have been nomadic scavenging beach bums and bush babies for far longer than we've lived in houses or had running water. If it squirted, squeaked or breathed, it invariably ended up being slapped on the coals and cooked in the great outdoors. And it's only in the last couple of 100 years or so that we've forgotten the knowledge that made us the most successful hunter-gatherers and gastronomic kings and queens on the planet. My name is Justin Bonello and welcome to Cooked.
See your coffee, where's your coffee? There. Pass me mine. First.
First?
Yeah. Because maybe that's what you need to wake up now, eh?
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Good morning. It is now 20 past 5. Just now in the kitchen for at least 20 minutes now. Both rather tired.
And what are we doing, bro?
We're making fit cook.
We're on our way this morning to Klein. I think we've got a boat ride organised in the Luderitz Bay now as well. But yeah, so we're going to show you how to make fat cook now so that the camera dudes can sleep a little bit later. Cool. The quantities again there?
1.75 kgs. And I've got 50 grams of sugar. Just need 10 mils.
2 teaspoons?
Yeah.
Now, vetkoek are a traditional South African meal as you're ever going to get. In fact, my forefathers hundreds of years ago were making these little numbers on the side of the road while exploring Africa. And in one respect or another, that's no different to me because today we're heading off to Klein Vista, and these little guys will be a perfect snack along the way.
It's about yeast. I'm going to put some lukewarm water in the bowl. I'm just going to dollop some flour on top. Put it aside.
So we're getting there, slowly but surely, and yeah, this is the kitchen in the hotel.
Right, so in goes the yeast.
Leave a little bit behind.
Not being a chef meant I'd never even seen one of these machines before. What is it? It's a dough machine, which means you don't have to do everything by hand. In fact, I didn't even know how to switch the thing on, so we had to get some help in for that. But I can tell you one thing, damn is this machine mighty fine.
Darren, if you're watching this, I want one of these machines.
Life made easy.
Good morning. We're on our way up to Aas today, to Klein Vista, with a little stop off along the way to go sailing in the Luderitz Bay. Am I right, Darren? What's the name of the boat?
Sedina.
On the Sedina. But first I have to make up some padkos for the route. And what we've made up is what we call fat cook, which roughly translated means a fat cake. In it is flour, sugar, butter, yeast, milk, and water, and a little bit of salt. The quantities you can check out on the website because we're in a bit of a rush. We've got to be on a boat in 25 minutes time, so I'm going to get straight into it. And what you've really got to do is about an egg-sized ball, and then you're going to flatten it out to something like that. Guys, come give me a hand here. So we're going to do 3 different variations of it. Some we're just going to do plain, and then you can add sugar and jam and butter and stuff onto them straight away. And then some we're going to wrap in an egg in the inside. And all you've got to do is stretch out the dough and then stretch it over the egg. Now you can imagine when we fry this up, what you'll have is a little breakfast all in one go. And then what I've also got is some of our Morris's Butchery chicken coriander sausage. And the same thing. Just going to grab a little section like that. Morning, Eric. Guys ready? His eyes are open and there's no sleepy, crusty bits in the corner of them that we can see. So, Garth, while you carry on doing that, I think I'm going to start cooking up some. I just want to get a tray to take them to the broiler. Come with me, girls. Your oil mustn't be too hot, but all you've got to do is Just dump them into oil. And you'll see if you come in here, they start frying immediately. Now we wait for them to go all golden brown on the outside, and then the dough cooks up on the inside, and you put that egg inside, some of them, sausage and others. And then other ones, you're just gonna cut them open, put a slab of butter on, sugar, jam, or peanut butter, jam, doesn't really matter. Eat those for breakfast. Doesn't that look exquisite? You know. Hot, sir. Will you improve? Look at that. You want to taste? Check with egg inside. There, you can have one. There's a whole breakfast for you. Baie lekker, né? That's Afrikaans English for very nice. So Renee's our captain this morning. Sadine is taking us out for a cruise to a couple of the islands in and around Luderitz.
And what an incredible way to start off your day before you travel into the desert in a cramped overland truck again. I mean, check it out.
Yeah, the rest of the guys are chilling at the hotel, and we get to do this. So we're at an old fishing station now, which is now a penguin sanctuary, and only people who study the penguins can go and take a squiz. I think the highlight of our trip, however, will be the swift sail back to shore. Because it is as cold as a witch's tit out here. Hell froze over and it's all here.
It's only when I got back to shore that I realized what a terra firma type of guy I am. And by the way, that's me celebrating.
Give me no more. Give me no more. Give me no more. Give me no more. Said I am sitting all alone.
Hello, Zia. I'm Justin from Cooked.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Pit. Justin, nice to meet you. Thank you very much for having us.
To run, I got nowhere to hide, and I think I'll take shelter from the sun. No more. Give me no more. Give me no more. Give me no more.
So anyway, I think he likes me.
This baby is going to turn into a little bit of an alcoholic beverage. With this, and with this. This isn't for spiking ourselves, this is for spiking the watermelon. So I'm going to get into that straight away because I want it to be in there for as long as possible. And I'm literally going to use the whole bottle of vodka in there because we want it to kick some ass. Dr. Bonello. This is how your doctor gives you a vitamin B12. Won't hurt at all. Gordon, you can come and keep doing this. You're the drinking specialist. I'm going to leave that with you. Come and stand next to me, Gordon. Is it easier to do this?
What? Absolutely. Maybe try it then. Shot of vodka, here you go.
No, never again. So now that we've anesthetized our patient, we're going to do a surgical procedure. This won't hurt at all. Precision, do you see that? I could be a surgeon if my hands weren't so shaky.
And your knife wasn't so huge.
We're making drunken
Do they know what they
watermelon.
Just think we should check that it's not leaking down there.
Check underneath here, because I
After this.
Okay, we need a
we need surgery.
Plug.
Come, guys. Swap.
where my finger is.
Lift.
It's ridiculous.
Thank you, nurse. Thank you, nurse.
Okay, let's see if it's still gonna come out from squeezing it. Plug?
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
so.
see any other.
Saving its
Are we
life.
bleeding anywhere else?
No, no. Careful, careful.
just don't wanna-
Delicately with the patient. So now it's time to put our patient into bed for a short while.
Do you want little toothpicks?
Sleep well, baby.
99.
Nighty night.
Eat you later.
And all we have to do is cool it down as much as we can. So.
Good night, sweetheart. Good night.
Well, that's it. Thanks, Dr. Gordon, Dr. Moran. It's a successful procedure.
Thank you. Operation
In a couple
good.
of hours, we'll check up on him.
At the end of an ordinary day, everything's gone wrong,
Number 1.
and I need to slip away. I need to feel the glow. Only one place to go. I know when I get low, whoa, I get high. When I get low, whoa, I get high. When I get low, whoa, I get high. When the day turns to night.
So Ev, sunset, sun's dropping behind the mountain, and I'm going to make up a quick vegetarian soup for everyone, and it's my personal favorite because it's what I make for my Bliss, because she's a vegetarian, and it's the easiest thing in the world. You're going to start it off with olive oil. I'm doing this on the fire because that's what we have out here. She's this pot's hot, huh? I have to get into this quickly. Garlic. Onions. Now that was a whole head of garlic and about 6 onions. And I'm feeding 26 odd people, 24 people tonight. So this is quite a big batch. So we're just gonna let these go translucent. Garth, carry on stirring for me there. I don't want to burn any, and that pot's very hot. Cayenne pepper, and lots of it. Oh, screw that. Probably about a heaped teaspoon, and the same with paprika. Whew. Oh, it's a pepper bit. Keep stirring, man. Don't stop. And when they go translucent, I'm going to add in about 12 tomatoes. Whole, skins on, just quartered. And now I'm just going to let those sweat for 2 or 3 minutes as well, just until they start losing their skin and releasing their juice. Gosh, I don't feel like opening tins, and I know it's beneath you and stirring pots as well, but won't you open those and I'll just give it the odd stir. So now the next trick is that we're going to add in a whole lot of tinned things, and that happens when you're traveling overland, is that you don't always have fresh ingredients, so you've got to use the ones that you can get fresh, and then you've got to use some tin stuff. There's 2 tins of everything on the table. Lentils, chickpeas, butter beans, and red kidney beans. Now what you're going to do is add in the brine, only the brine, from every tin that we open, because they've all obviously been tinned for a long time, because this is what's going to flavor it. We also chuck in 5 tins of whole peeled tomatoes. So now this has been going for about 20 minutes, and now we can start adding in the beans. And you're going to start with the ones that are the thickest, the strongest, the thickest, that need the longest cooking time. And then in this case, it's the chickpeas. Beans, red kidney beans, and butter beans. Gently That's it. It's hot. I need to fetch some spinach and yogurt, and you'll see why now. Now you can use a Greek yogurt, double thick cream one, or you can use a Bulgarian. This one's Greek, and it's gonna even everything out. Oh gosh. So you're gonna start off now with a handful of fresh spinach, just chopped up roughly. You're gonna put the soup over it. And what happens now is that it just helps to cook the spinach a little bit. And then a spoon of yogurt on top, just to take that bite away, the immediate bite. You gotta come along, guys. Bring your spoons. Okay, we're gonna perform brain surgery now. We're just waiting for the surgery implements to arrive. Don't touch, don't touch. Just wanna see if he's feeling anything.
Hello?
Eric, you did say you wanted that whole section, hey? But you know there's no alcohol in there.
You don't fall over backwards while going.
Duck in.
Okay, go, hang on, hang on.
Brave man is strong.
Hey, oh, I almost said the Grand Vista Lodge. From Klein Vista, you gotta... Sorry, I did that. You can use your fingers, eh?
Deadly.
Wake up in the morning, go to work still young, to be there by 9. We've got better things to do.
We woke up early the next morning for a little bit of an expedition. Pitt was going to take us out to check out the feral horses. And these horses have been living wild in Namibia for more than 100 years. And it's truly an experience.
It's about as close as we want to go, Ev. Evan, we're in the southeastern corner of the Namibia National Park, and these are the feral horses. They're on the way to the drinking hole now, so they're motoring along to get there. Let me tell you, if you ever have an opportunity, you have to come here. Go to Klein Vista. Pitt has a passion for this area, second to none. And he'll be able to take you in to view these horses and look at their motor. Now, they're completely wild. Ooh. In a sense, I feel like we could spend the rest of the week here, you know? It would be very sad to go. Hospitality of this side of the world is mind-blowing. We really have to head on, guys. It's time to head up to Sesrum and Sossusvlei. So it'll be chow to the horses. And the open road beckons. Thank you so much for having us, eh?
Nice and 60
Travel safe always, eh?
Yeah, okay.
Right, guys, on the bus, let's cruise, eh?
Oh,
See, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather today. We spent the whole day driving in the truck from Aas to the Namibia National Park. Behind me are the most incredible red sand dunes, but they've had so much rain here that this is normally all sand, and as you can see, it's covered in vegetation. I think I'm a little bit dehydrated. I think heat finally gets to you, and it's just another lesson in Africa that you've really got to look after yourself or suffer the consequences. So I'm going to just make a very simple thing up. A mate of mine in Cape Town, Paul Seton, said to me, Justin, you've got to try this chicken in a bucket. I'm a bit dubious about the bucket part of it, so I'm going to use a potjie pot, but it's the same principle. And it's really just chicken and coconut cream with coriander and stuff. And yeah, it's approaching sunset. I think everyone's getting a bit peckish, so I'm just going to get straight into it. Olive oil. Now I'm feeding 22 people, so I've got 3 chickens. I've got everyone to chop everything for me so that we can do this as quickly as possible, and maybe I can get some liquid back into me. 3 onions. And just pan fry it until they're translucent, and then we're going to take them out. Some garlic, about 9 cloves. Long enough. So now you take all the onions out. Thanks, brother. Right, chicken's nicely browned. All that happens is we add all the ingredients. First though, I've got to pan fry some pine nuts. And you dry fry these just to toast them up a bit. Chuck the onions back in. Three bay leaves. Juice of 3 lemons. I've got 4 tins of coconut cream. A bunch of carrots, just roughly chopped up. Some celery. Some potatoes. Right, Ev, some pine nuts, a little bit too toasted. And finally some Maldon salt to season, and some black pepper, which is gonna go in now. One final twirl, we close the lid, we walk away, we come back in about 25, 30 minutes, make some couscous and grubs up. And then just before we serve, I'll chuck in some fresh coriander. And then we just get to relax for half an hour or so. Because this is such a rich sauce, what I'm going to do is make up some couscous. And the trick to couscous is obviously you need hot water. So that's the end of this episode. Tomorrow, we're going hot air ballooning over the desert, so make sure you don't miss the next episode. I think we just want to be left with a little bit of quiet.
Yeah, catch it in the bucket.